Так, всем привет, с вами Нафиса, вы на моем канале. Сегодня я буду проходить задание легенды. Из кофе пройдем. Вот. С сегодняшнего дня я буду проходить каждый из них на каждый день. Сегодня давайте вот с этой девушкой. Задание будет сокровище из сокровища. Сладкие творения. Глава 1. И мы поехали. Оказывается, мы стоим недалеко. Вообще-то я сюда. И мы Навия. Это ведь Навия. Давно мы не виделись. Пойдем с ним поздороваться. Эй, Навия, ты что это здесь делаешь? Что это за секрет?
I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly. Right now, you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel Добираться name.
Пускать тебе на кухню позорит доброе имя Добираться.
It was an accident.
Я не специально.
I'm sorry. Did you hear me asking for excuses?
Ты еще спорить со мной будешь?
No,
Нет,
I'll do better,
я
I
буду
promise.
стараться, честное слово. Почему она так на меня нападает? Даже словно не дает сказать. Эй, хватит кричать, выслушай ее хотя бы. Ай, подождите.
Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a
А вы
sec.
кто такие?
Навия?
Стоп, Навия?
So you're bringing backup
Так
now.
это и
Suit
есть
yourself.
твои
You're still wasting
помощники.
your time.
Напрасно вы пришли, только время зря тратите.
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
Свена, ты со всеми своими подчиненными так
My
обращаешься?
staff is right.
На кухне
I'm the one in charge here now. And
Добираться
last time I checked, the Hotel Добираться doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
С каких пор Спина ди Расула суют свой нос в наше дело?
Of course.
Это
How you run
твое
your
дело,
kitchen
как
is none of our
управлять
business.
рестораном,
But
но
when a member of
если
your staff
кто-то
is
из
so overworked
сотрудников
he becomes gravely
подорвал
ill,
себе
that most
здоровье
definitely
на
is our
работе,
business.
Спина ди
We're going to
Расула
stand up for him, whether you like it or
восстанет
not.
на его защиту.
Overworked? I've said it before and I'll say it
Подорвал
again.
здоровье
If
на
Vermont can't
работе?
handle the job, then tough luck.
Сколько раз
There
я
are plenty of
говорила,
other
если
capable people I can hire
фермер
instead.
не справляется с работой, это его проблема. Найдутся другие желающие занять его
But
место.
Philmont can do the
Но
job,
ведь
he just...
фермен отлично справляется, он
Monica,
просто...
back
Моника,
inside, now!
фарш на кухне.
But you said I shouldn't come back
Но
until...
мне ведь нельзя показываться на
Just
кухне.
do as you're told and
Делай,
not
что
another word
говорят,
out of you.
не
Come on, we have work to
слова
do.
больше. Нам пора работать, идем. Она передумала, ее наказать. Фурия какая-то, а не человек.
Sorry.
Извините.
Looks like
опять
I've
я
dragged you
вас
into some drama again.
втянула в историю. Так кто это такая?
Her name is Savannah.
Её зовут
She's the new head chef at
Саванна,
Hotel
а
Добираться.
она новый шеф-повар Добираться.
Ever since she took the job,
Едва
she's been enforcing a
заступив на
brutal work
должность,
regime
она
and
стала
putting a huge
наводить
amount
на
of pressure
кухне
on her
свои
staff.
порядки и устраивает подчиненным выволочки за малейший
One guy
проступок.
was so
Один из
overworked, he
поваров
collapsed from
и
illness.
вовсе
He's been
слег
bedridden for
от
days, and he can barely even
переутомления.
talk
В
properly.
последние дни они прикован к постели и даже разговаривает с трудом.
I'm sorry.
Простите,
It's all my
простите,
fault.
это я
I don't
виноват.
deserve
Я
to be
не
a chef.
достоин быть поваром.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw.
Но в результате вы сами ее
Savannah
видели.
is adamant that Vermont's
отказалась
exhaustion
снова
and illness
разговаривать.
have nothing to do
Она
with her or
твердо
how she's been running her kitchen.
твердит,
She's
что
refusing to have any
переутомление
kind
и
of meaningful
подорванное
dialogue with us.
здоровье Фримена не имеют к ней ни малейшего
Our next
отношения.
thought was to talk
Для
to the other
начала
chefs at the
мы
restaurant
хотели
and get a better idea of their
расспросить
working
других
conditions.
поваров, чтобы
But with
узнать
Savannah watching them
условия
like a hawk,
работы на кухне.
no one has been
Но
willing to open up.
Саванна не спускала с них глаз, и никто не осмелился высказаться свои настоящие мысли.
And that's why I'm
Поэтому
here,
я здесь.
doing it the old-fashioned way,
Действовать по
camping out,
старинке,
watching, and waiting for an opportunity.
и выждать возможность что-нибудь разведать. И осторожно расспросить Монику. Может, стоило подождать, пока она уйдет.
Oh, shoot!
Точно,
It all
почему
makes
же
sense now.
Пойман это сразу не пришло
Paimon
в
should have
голову.
thunked before she
Теперь
spoke.
все испорчено,
Oh, no, not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in.
волнуйся, Пойман.
I'm sure I
Даже
would have
если
piped up if you
бы
hadn't.
ты не вмешалась, я все равно не смогла бы стоять в стороне и смотреть, как она отчитывает Монику.
And besides,
Наверное, я не
I don't really think
создана
I'm built
для
for
слежки.
espionage.
Думаю, теперь она насторожилась. Боюсь, второго шанса не
Yeah,
будет.
meaning
Да,
it's gonna be
теперь
all the more
найти
difficult to get the
зацепки
inside
будет
scoop
еще
now.
сложнее.
Oh,
Придется
I might as
вернуться
well
в
head back to the
Флёв
Fleuve Cendre then.
Сандер. И
We'll
там
need to come up
всё
with a whole-
хорошенько подумать.
Paimon will join you, because
Пойман
this
с
is kind of all
тобой,
Paimon's
иначе
fault.
у Пойман на сердце будет неспокойно. Тогда и я с вами.
guys,
Да
it's fine.
ладно.
You don't
Не
need to worry
берите
about
в
it.
голову.
That
Но
said,
если у вас
if you
есть
were
срочных
planning to
дел,
visit the Fleuve
давайте
Cendre anyway,
со
let me take you out
мной
for a
во
meal. I'll
Флёв
make sure it's
Сандер.
a proper
Я угощу
feast.
вас
A
роскошным
really
обедом.
famous chef just joined the Spina di
Наверное,
Rosula's
Спина ди
tavern.
Росула
Her name is...
теперь работает знаменитый шеф-повар. Ее зовут...
Sorry to
Прошу
interrupt.
прощения. Я хотела
I just wanted to
извиниться
apologize for the
за
scene you
стычку.
witnessed just now.
Невол-
We shouldn't subject our customers to that.
Невольными свидетелями, которые вы
This
стали.
is a small token
Вот
from us.
возьмите, Моника
It's some candy from
спросила
Monica.
передать вам
She
эти
asked me to make sure it was
конфеты и знак
delivered in-
Monica's
извинения.
the one apologizing?
Значит, Моника решила
Clearly, Savannah is the one who
извиниться.
owes an
Но
apology.
вообще-то извиниться должна Савена.
Our head chef has been a little highly strung
Да,
lately.
шеф-повар
Sorry for
в
everything.
последнее время немного на взводе. Нам очень жаль. Спасибо за подарок. Пойман, не став человека в неловкое положение.
Alright.
Ладно, конфетти
Sense
где-то не виноваты.
Thank you for
Спасибо за
understanding.
понимание.
We'll make
Мы
sure to pass your
обязательно
feedback on to Miss Savannah.
передадим ваше мнение госпоже Саванна.
A little highly strung,
Значит,
huh?
она в последнее время просто немного на взводе. Похоже, с такими шеф-поваром даже официантам приходится туго.
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her
Как
even
она
become
вообще
head chef?
стала шеф-поваром с таким характером? Уму непостижимо.
Well, according to Vermont's
Родные
family, she
времена
hasn't always
говорят,
been
что
like this.
раньше
But
она была
that's a
совсем
story for
другой.
another time.
Но это долгая
Let's try
история.
this
Давайте
candy.
сначала попробуем конфеты, которые передала Моника. Ты все так же любишь
Oh,
сладкое?
Paimon totally gets it.
Пойман
Come on, dig
тебя
in.
очень понимает. Давайте.
Hold on, there's something
На
written on the wrapper.
фантике что-то написано.
Find
Отыщите
Escoffier.
из кофе. Значит, наша следующая новая глава будет от
Escoffier?
Escoffier.
Could this mean...
Отправляйте во Флёв Сандер. Формовка слов.
you know that name, Navia?
Навя тебе...
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
Сейчас тоже там. Escoffier сейчас тоже там. Так, мы получили еще достижения. У нас список достижений. Вот смотрите, сколько выполнено на сегодняшний день в течение 3 лет. 1052. Это еще мало. Мы сегодня проходим игру в Азии. 25 монет. Обменяйте темы, портреты, 3 сокровища мира, мелодия. Я же разочек заходила на мелодию. Так, там обменяла вот какие-то монеты, которые я зарабатывала в предыдущем ивенте. Так. Давайте пойдем дальше, наверное. Так. Так.
Let's ride! Need a surfboard?
Редиски.
So, who is this?
Кто такая
Escoffier.
She... Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Boer. She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Boer and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Boer's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de Boer. That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right? Why the heck would she let Savannah take her place?
Выстаивает длинную очередь, но как из кофе позволила Саванне занять свое
Well,
место?
apparently, the Hotel de Boer was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu. But none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility, and she was sent to the fortress of Meripede.
The Fortress of Meripede?
В крепость Миропед. А чему ты как удивляешься? Мы тоже туда попали за то, что попробовали чужой тортик.
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident.
И жандармы решили списать происшествие на простую халатность.
Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah.
Но место шеф-повара в Дебор-отеле заняла
So that's what happened.
Вот это что? Вот оно
Hyman still
что.
thinks it's really unfair.
Но все это очень несправедливо.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the
Но
staff.
среди поваров она по-прежнему обладает большим
So,
влиянием. Думаю,
I'm
Моника
guessing what
вот
Monica
свою
wants
записки
is for us to convince
просит
Escoffier
нас
to try and
обратиться к
negotiate with
Эскофи
Savannah on
за
the...
помощью.
Oh, Paimon gets it.
А,
Monica
Паймон
wants
поняла.
Escoffier to
Моника
come
хочет
back and
попросить
kick
Эскофи
Savannah out.
вернуться и прогнать
It's
Саванну.
simple.
Все
If the
просто.
new head chef is
Если
stressing
новый
everyone
шеф
out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
срывается, нужно вернуть прежний шеф и проблемы решится.
Well...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove.
Суп всего 3,5 минуты.
You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes.
Кипятка в тарелке налил с кубиком льда.
At least then you wouldn't have wasted
Тогда
all this
бы,
perfectly
по
good cream and
крайней мере,
mushroom.
сливки с
What do you
грибами
say,
не
Hilaire?
пропали, что ты молишься, или...
I'm sorry,
Ну,
Cream.
простите меня,
I'm
сливки,
sorry,
простите,
Mushroom.
грибы.
As you can see,
Как видите,
Escoffier is
Эскофи
that kind of
тоже
chef
не
as well.
была и пушистая. А как в общем Добиратель до сих пор не закрылся.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got
все
it?
ингредиенты успели раскрыться. Не думай, будто аромат, который ты чувствуешь сразу после закипения, означает, что суп готов.
Yes, chef.
Да,
Then
шеф.
go back and do it again.
Тогда
The
иди
customers
и
are
сделай
still
всё
waiting.
заново.
Remember where you went wrong and
Гости
don't repeat the
ждут.
same mistake
Запомни
twice.
свою ошибку и больше ее не повторяй. Да,
Yes,
шеф?
chef.
Он такой маленький ребенок.
Waiting to be served?
Вы
Sorry,
ждете
we're
заказ,
pretty busy.
простите,
I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Много посетителей, придется подождать.
Oh, no, we're not here to
Нет,
eat.
мы здесь не за этим.
So you're not paying customers?
Не за
Then I'm
этим,
afraid the
тогда
wait will be even
боюсь,
longer.
ждать придется еще дольше.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
С ней трудно разговаривать. Давайте сядем и подождем. Как раз расскажете мне ваши новости.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over.
Кажется, час пик
Is it always this
прошел,
busy here?
здесь все так много посетителей.
These days, yes.
Да, с тех пор,
I'd
как
say
Эскофи
business has
стала
tripled since
временным шефом,
Escoffier joined as temporary head
число
chef.
посетителей утроилось. Она не захотела возвращаться в Добиратель.
Well, in her
Но
words,
сама
the
она
Hotel
сказала,
de
что
Boer
Добиратель
doesn't
больше
need
не
her anymore.
нуждается в её
It doesn't look
услугах.
like she's
И
got
мне
any plans to
кажется,
go
она
back.
не собирается туда возвращаться. Но
I
я
guess-
пойду.
Wait, take these home with you.
Стой,
We can't
забери
serve them now, and there's
с
no
собой,
sense in letting them go to
что
waste.
приготовил. Всё равно гостям мы эти подавать не будем, только зря
Oh,
пропадет. Спасибо,
For
шеф.
what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste.
За
Oh,
что
and tell
спасибо?
Fiamma
Я
to get well soon,
терпеть
so you're
не
not running
могу
yourself ragged every
выбрасывать
single shift.
продукты. Да, и передай Фремину, чтобы скорее поправлялся. А то тебе одному приходится работать.
Firmo.
Фремин
That's the second time
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son. And with Mom stuck at home taking care of Dad, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Чтобы часть еды он мог унести
Hey,
домой.
I heard that, Navia.
Эй, Навия, я все слышу.
I've told you before.
Сколько раз тебе
No one's
говорить,
making extra
никто не
food.
говорит
Hilaire is
больше,
making
чем
blunders
нужно.
in the kitchen,
Прости,
and I
Лера,
can't serve his
пока
failed
не
dishes, so he might as well take them
хватает
home.
опыта. А вы выбрасывать неудавшиеся блюда не хочется.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
Как на подбор удивительный, сбалансированный и питательный.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes?
Что могу я
Is there-
помочь?
Oh, so you know us already.
Хита,
We'll skip the
ты
introduction then.
нас
We're here to
знаешь,
talk about
тогда можно
Savannah.
обойтись без представления. Мы хотели поговорить с тобой о Саванне. Раз уж ты дала работу Лиру, то наверняка знаешь, что позволяете себе Саванну.
I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern.
Как не
And I've lost
знать,
count of the
штаб
number of times
квартира
Navi has come to
Спина
pester me
де
about
Расула
it.
находится в соседнем здании. Нави уже не раз ко мне обращалась по поводу
But
Саванны.
I don't
Но
work
я
for the
больше
Hotel
не
Tabor anymore.
работаю в
And being
Деборе
ex-head chef
отеле.
doesn't give me the right to interfere
И
with that
вот,
business.
тот факт, что когда-то я была шеф-поваром ресторана, не дает мне права вмешаться в его дело.
Besides,
Тем более
I'm the one who
именно
persuaded
я
Savannah to take the job in the
убедила
first place.
Саванну стать шеф-поваром.
What?
Что?
Well, she was a
Ну,
much
тогда
gentler
Саванна
person back
была
then.
намного
A little
мягче,
timid even.
стеснительнее.
She wasn't
Она
at all
еще
confident that she was the right fit for the role.
по плечу ли ее будет новая должность.
That's hard to believe.
Поверить невозможно. Мы
Are we
об
definitely
одной и
talking
той
about
же
the same
Саванне
Savannah here?
говорим.
Honestly, I do wonder
Если
if she's just
честно,
emulating
возможно,
me.
она
I mean,
пытается
I'm not the
быть,
most pleasant head chef to be around
похожа на
either.
меня. У меня вид тоже довольно тяжелый характер. Значит, ты хотя бы это
Anyway,
признаешь.
suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite.
Если начну критиковать Саванну.
Fiamar and the others
Наверное,
probably think that
Фримен
Savannah
и
gets it all from
другие
me.
сотрудники считают, что это я испортила Саванну.
I wouldn't be so sure about that,
Это вряд
Escoffier.
ли Эскофи.
Look at this note we got from
Вот
Monica.
взгляни на записку от Моники. Вы
She
вручаете
mentioned me. Whatever shortcomings you feel you have,
Пусть даже
it looks
дело
like Monica
обстоит
still
как-то,
trusts you.
как,
As for the others,
ты
well,
говоришь, но
how can
Моника
you know what they
по-прежнему
think unless
тебе
you
верит.
ask them?
А остальные, как узнать, если не спросить?
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell.
Не
We're
просим
only in the initial
тебя
phase of our
ворваться
investigation.
в ресторан
All
и
we're trying to do
устраивать
is get the other
передранку
chefs to
с
open up to us.
шеф-поваром. Мы сейчас на начальном этапе расследования, и нам нужно поговорить с другими поварами.
Monica.
Эскофи,
I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe.
Всего щепотка, а тут на обертке целый слой толще моей подошвы.
Unbelievable! I
Поверить
won't stand for this.
невозможно. Я
She
должна
has to learn.
вернуться
Come on, we're
и
going.
преподавать ей урок немедленно.
Wait, so now she's.
Какой бы ни была причина, по крайней мере, она настраивалась на разговор.
Let's go catch up to her.
Скорее за ней,
We don't want to keep her
чтобы,
waiting.
ей не пришлось нас догадаться. Ой, блядь. Пока я читаю, я уже спать захотелось. Можно я не буду читать?
Wait, she looks like... Is that a Scoffier?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't...
But, please, you have to forgive me or Chef is gonna... Okay, I know. I'll kneel before you.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish again. And this time, get it right. You cannot go begging your customers to feel sorry for you.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake. But if I can't go back into the kitchen, I can't do the dish over.
That's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook? If this is what Fermat had to put up with...
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway.
Oh, well, it's because Chef...
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't...
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard on us because she truly wanted us to reach her level. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just do it again. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Fleuve Cendre.
Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the boss here anymore.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own, what happened back then, that wasn't on you, and all of us know that. That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts, there's no way of knowing how that lumiline ended up in the food we served.
Lumiline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they used it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to nerve damage. So it quickly ended up on the guard's list of controlled substances. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry.
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high, because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you, a fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Oh, the Fleuve Cendre, you say? Great. That's where I'm dining from now on.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just have to let bygones be bygones. Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef, regardless of whose mistake it was. Ultimately,
If only Savannah was half the boss you were.
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef?
No, No, Chef.
So, you do remember who's boss? Escoffier? I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business!
What happened to not storming in and raising
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see something this spicy as soon as Escoffier returned.
Huh? Fan Agem?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tête-à-tête between chefs at the Hôtel de Bord, I dare say it would be de rigueur to settle this the traditional way.
The traditional
На
way?
каком языке
That can only mean
разговаривают?
one thing.
Мне кажется, вот этот парень, коричневые волосы, он разговаривал по французски.
That's right! I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself.
According to legend, the founders of Hôtel de Bord, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes. Everything from petty arguments over next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Huh. Sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in the culinary arts. And indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hôtel de Bord into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine.
Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who?
What say you, Escoffier? Surely you of all people won't back down from this challenge. It was you who put the rule in place, after all.
Sure, I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hôtel de Bord anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a little?
No.
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms.
Ну да.
We could simply treat it as an exhibition of sorts. Savannah, any objections?
Exhibition. Huh. No.
Показательный поединок.
If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens to me.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
Как-то она
But if you lose,
смелая.
you hand over the Codex de Bord to me.
Нифига себе.
What?
Подставить ей.
The Codex de Bord?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Bord.
Скорее всего, это
It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary
злая
world.
девушка,
And
она
only the present
подставит
and
опять
former
меня.
head chefs of the Hôtel de Bord have the right to read it.
Present and former. Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean.
Ну, вот так вот.
I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copy, right? They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original Codex?
Savannah, You may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift to thank Escoffier for her years of service. Asking for it back feels a little,
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de boar, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier, you against me. Are you in or out?
You sound surprisingly confident.
Я тоже об этом хотела сказать.
Alright then, let's see how
Какая
much you've
сама
actually
уверена.
grown. I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off.
Believe me, I'll show you.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accept?
I do apologize. I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. The Hôtel de Bord runs as more of a partnership, you see. So, while I am technically Savannah's boss, it's not really my place to interfere with the business of the kitchen. To be perfectly honest with you, that's part of the reason why I suggested a cooking contest. If Escoffier wins, it would be the perfect opportunity for her to talk some sense into Savannah. Or, of course, if she wanted to return, then... But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whatever the outcome, this contest will hopefully serve as a turning point for us. Please, I must say Savannah surprised me with her confidence. Does she really believe she can best Escoffier in the kitchen? Right?
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
When will Lily and Lynette do another show?
If you want tea or yourselves.
Our bond is strong.
Так, опять в подземелье пойдем, да?
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere. Was it really sensible to just go along with it?
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking. So if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her.
Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay, that's one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modeste's adventures. Back in the day, he and his good friend Savelli explored far and wide, partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations had an enormous influence on the course of Fontaine cuisine, turning it into a much more vibrant and diverse scene. For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Bourg was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things they had ever tasted. Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg, which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world, especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius. And over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex de Boer.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the Codex, the Hotel de Boer took its rightful place as the finest restaurant in the land.
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How could any restaurant survive if they only served food that was popular last century? Anyway, never mind centuries. Savelli and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame. Then, Modeste passed away while he was still in his prime. And that was it. The end of the Hotel de Boer's heyday. It fell into decline, and for most of its history, it was just a nondescript place with a couple of cheap tables. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Vanigem and the restaurant we have today.
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then. Paimon
Yes, well, that's fiction, and this is reality. You can't meet the tastes of modern diners by following some ancient recipes from a dusty old book.
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Boer they sell now is
Wait, really? Why, though? Didn't that recipe make it into the Codex?
It did, but like I said, it's the dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once were. Not so, reimagination is right. I consulted some historical records and took what I could from the Codex. But as for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day, well...
Oh! Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the mystique out of it.
Hey now, it might not be the original Gâteau de Boer, but it's still the most delicious cake in Fontaine today. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it...
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the Codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah.
So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be a symbolic thing? Like, whoever holds the original Codex de Boer is the true head chef?
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a parting gift. Meanwhile, Savannah only got a copy. Maybe from her point of view, it's like management doesn't truly see her as being worthy of the role.
You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to gift me the original in the first place. Well, a joint decision by her and Vanigem. But still...
What? Huh. Guess she's had a major change of heart since she became...
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our gâteau do the talking. It means besting her in this bake-off, and then getting her to explain herself, even if I have to beat it out of her with a spatula. However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still has her chef's pride. And if she respects the art, she'll respect the outcome of our contest.
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Froment. All you need to do now is win the contest. But that should be a breeze for you.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Boer is very complicated to make. Usually, it takes 3 chefs working in tandem to cover Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself. But I'd prefer to play it safe if I can find a couple of assistants in time.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick 2 of us.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But
Oh, count me in too. I've spent weeks perfecting my macarons after your scathing review. Even if it means competing against the Traveler, so be it. I'll show you what I...
confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en...
Так много не разговаривает. Продемонстрировать из кофе ваше искусство владения ножом. Нарежьте фрукты обычной атакой. Самой кусочки сделать из них удивительный суп.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The difference in your case is that mise en place is chopping stuff up without sending juices flying all over the looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses cold temperature extraction to isolate the essence of cooking ingredients. This isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give...
Покажите, как нужно использовать холодный пресс быстрым нажатием элементальной навыка. Ускорить прогресса, а затем обычным атакам заставьте его заработать. Похоже, особая субстанция, получаемая из растений, может пригодиться.
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool. Not weird.
Attack defrosting! Done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients. I've processed all the fruit you chopped up earlier.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated. What next? Do we add all this stuff in?
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. We have to go slowly and carefully to calibrate the exact flavor we want. I'll demonstrate again. Now, watch closely.
Научитесь высококлассной готовке из кофе, а вкусовые экстракты, которые вы получили из ее кухонного мультикомбайна, изменяет вкус блюда. Добавьте баланса между фруктами и цветочным вкусом, чтобы приготовить изумительное блюдо.
Slowly and carefully. Not a drop too much and not a drop too little.
Добавить пряности. Нажмите на что? Вкус экстракта. О, я исправилась.
And voila!
Во, теперь ваша
Now
очередь.
it's your turn.
Вот так вот. Я случайно это выполнил.
Not terrible. But the traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before?
Блин, как
You
же
got that goes without saying. Still, credit where credit's due. You did well.
Мне очень жарко, господи, даже голый сижу.
Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the hotel. That's right. The true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. It'll be good practice for the contest itself. Now get...
Предоставьте блюдо из меню.
How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Choose wisely. I expect you to present the most delicious thing on the menu.
Самое вкусное, самое красивое. Что тут ей отдать? Самое-самое. Ой, что я отмену сделала?
How's it going? Have you
Ну ты гнида.
Huh. I know this doesn't represent what you're capable of. Try again, and this time, I want to see you make a proper attempt.
Блядь. Чё ты от меня-то хочешь, ёлки? Ёлки.
How's it going? Have you picked...
Давай вот это.
Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now, let the grating commence.
Прошли экзамен.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
Я же говорю по-французски какие-то есть у них это разговоры.
6 points.
Яхут. 6 баллов. А чё это так? 6 баллов-то, а не 10. Шо это так?
What? Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
Я бы за 1 балл была
That's
бы
6 out of 100.
Из 100? Извините тогда. Сейчас порвет тебя.
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aww.
Me next, me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones.
So
У
you
меня
went
микрофон
from
был не
12
включен.
tablespoons to
Я тут
10?
говорю.
Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points.
Aw.
Now to the final dish.
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
На 8 баллов.
Darn, that's barely higher than what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up! No way did you taste that!
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking the Traveler as one of your assistants then?
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes?
Chef Escoffier.
Oh, it's Hilaire! What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bois, right? I was just wondering if you needed any help.
And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me...
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. I'm sorry. I know I've been rather useless these past... The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the Hotel de Bois kitchen, so if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me. I think. I mean, I hope.
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel de Bois?
I have not. But I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it. Let me whip something up for you right now. Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again! Again!
Shock.
I...
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then Will I never be able to work in a kitchen again?
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get here?
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was, I would have stood up for you sooner.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like...
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it. In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
every time you remake it, you just...
Either straighten yourself out or get out!
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me. The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That's a—
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I am just hopeless at this.
Dad.
I see. Well, I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time? Clearly, I'm in no state to help out.
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Let's not forget, even if I had to go it alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh, well, Paimon and Nadia will still keep practicing.
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs.
Actually, I thought maybe I could help. That's sort of why I'm here.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then, well, this is the first chance I got.
You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica.
All right, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah? Joining the other side seems like a guaranteed way to put your future employment in jeopardy.
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer anyway. I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person.
Great! Then it's settled. And to congratulate you all on making the team, I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to
Spina-sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking?
Well, I promised the Traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre. And I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
Yeah! Feast! Feast!
All right, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives.
Ого.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Я бы тоже
Wait, hold on.
отказалась
You need to finesse that further.
с Голином.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Good. Чё, Навия, обожралась? А?
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
Why, Savannah? Why? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something... But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily... The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Sure, yeah, maybe. Still, we were. At least she was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief. Well, I mean to an extent, of course. I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex. Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Boer, Savelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Boer and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks every turn. Doors that, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, people started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly, and that was it. They neither had a decisive split, nor got the chance to properly reconcile. Their story just came to an end. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like— Really? Well, I like the confidence. Don't let me down tomorrow, then. You better bring your A game.
Так, мне кажется, я это задание наверняка вряд ли сегодня закончу. Так, я хочу немного развлечься. Я уже устала. Подсоберем. Что нам полагается? Тек. Вот это, блин, так надоело. Девять дней остается, не знаю, пройду ли я вот эти задания. Вот это надо проходить. Подождет, а вот это тоже надо проходить. Мне кажется, сейчас вот именно из кофе прохожу вот это. Да. Потом вот это пройдем. Блин, здесь лук дает какой-то интерес. Если выполнишь. Раз такой лук дает, значит дает еще материалы для улучшения, да, повышения. Или нет? Так, еще задание остается вот здесь вот. Вот из кофе сейчас. Потом Мадзуки, Мауки, Сиджвин. Их надо все проходить. Легендарное задание. Я этих пойду заберу хотя бы. Потом я сюда еще приду, наверное. Кстати, я должна вот доделать сегодня вот эту. Приобретала густую 2 штуки. Так, еще у меня остается одноразовый. Вот этот вот. Не знаю.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
Куда-то убежала, да, я не взяла. Я вроде бы не так взяла.
Buckle up! Ha! Stand with me! Ha! Locked on!
His arms are packed.
Ни хрена себе.
Mozart! Terrified! Looking for a fight? You're dead meat! Cha! Look alive! Ah! Wait, straight!
Сука ты. Так, еще один. Сто 158. Ага. Круто.
Please appreciate my sincerity. Buckle up! Killjoy! You asked for it!
Looks like I went too far.
Ой.
Out of my way! This way! Look alive! Knock him down. Take me up! Did I scare you? Still? Stand with me! Let's get it on! Check this out! That's right!
Так. Так, в принципе, я все выполнила. Мгм. Дем- 19 молитва крутила. Мгм. О, еще 2 штуки нужно. Ржаный, ржавый. Ну, ржавый тоже неплохо, да. Кстати, Лизу можно, кстати, призывать. Вот и все. Вот и все. Вот и все. Так это нам можно завтра использовать. Мгм. Ну все, ребят, кто захотел, спасибо, кто посмотрел, спасибо, кто поддержал, спасибо. Мне пора идти спать, потому что завтра я на сложной работе пойду на смену.
My people are
Так
used to the desert
что
life,
всем
but
пока-пока.
still, I hope that one
Завтра,
day they'll be
конечно,
able
не
to find an
будет,
oasis of their
наверное,
own
зайти
and leave the
играть,
sandstorms behind for
поскольку
a
я
better
с
life.
работы приду очень поздно. Вряд ли я зайду играть. Ну, если даже поиграю, там для себя так, без стрима. Так, послезавтра то же самое. Через 2 дня, может быть, зайду. Так что всем спасибо, что досмотрели. Пока-пока. Заходите еще другой день. Буду рада.